To get back at her former employer, she made a special chocolate pie.
Sorry.
Sure enough, even the worst person couldn't resist good food.
What do you put in here that makes it taste so good? That good vanilla from Mexico. And something else real special.
The woman's mood instantly improved, and she decided to rehire the maid. But instead of offering a fair wage, she kept belittling and humiliating her. The maid didn't argue back. She just quietly watched her eat one piece after another, until the woman's mother suddenly burst in. The old lady had always been kind to her, so the maid quickly stopped her. The woman didn't understand. She arrogantly pushed the plate aside. Ordered the maid to cut a piece for her mother. That haughty attitude finally provoked Minnie.
Eat my shit. What'd you say? I said eat my shit.
Hilly froze. Looking at the remaining pie, her stomach churned. Her mother, who had long been disgusted by her daughter's mean behavior, almost laughed herself sick. Minnie did this because she was fed up with Hilly's unbridled insults toward black people on every occasion, saying they carried all kinds of germs. She would even deliberately mark the toilet paper to keep black maids from using the indoor bathroom. Minnie had endured it silently, until one stormy night, a typhoon was blowing. The outdoor bathroom designated for black people was dozens of meters from the main house. Minnie hesitated. Hilly's mother said it was fine, just use the indoor bathroom, but Hilly wouldn't budge. She told Minnie to take an umbrella and go outside. Looking at the raging wind, Minnie decided to use the excuse of making tea and quietly slipped into the indoor bathroom. She thought she could get away with it just this once, but Hilly wouldn't let it go. She followed her and demanded to know what Minnie was doing in there. Since she was already caught, Minnie didn't back down this time. Hilly started banging on the door and screaming. And so, on that rainy, stormy night, Minnie was fired. But Hilly's cruelty didn't stop there. She spread rumors everywhere, falsely accusing Minnie of being a thief. In that conservative, closed-minded town, such a stain on her reputation could destroy her livelihood. So one morning, Minnie carried out her revenge perfectly. Though it was satisfying, she could no longer find work anywhere. With no income, her family's finances collapsed completely. Waiting for her at home was her husband's beating. To make ends meet, Minnie had to pull her 14-year-old daughter out of school and send her to work as a maid for a white family. She told her daughter not to talk back. After all, they were born black. It was 1963 in Mississippi. The sun shone brightly, but it couldn't pierce the shadow of racial discrimination. Minnie's ancestors were slaves. Her family had served white households for generations. She had thought that there was no hope in her life. Then, unexpectedly, she got another chance. This newlywed housewife welcomed her warmly. Unlike other white employers who acted superior from the start, she first apologized sincerely for the mess in the house. The truth was, Celia's situation was also unusual. She was white, but because she came from a lower class, she was completely excluded from the local white social circle led by Hilly. She lived alone in her husband's mansion. She couldn't cook, didn't know how to do housework, and was terrified that her husband would find out. She couldn't even handle the most basic duties of a homemaker, so she was hiring a maid. When she heard Minnie say she was willing to work there, Celia jumped up and down with joy like a little girl. It was the first time Minnie had been hugged by a white person. She felt a bit awkward, but without realizing it, she had opened a crack in her heart. Celia was pretty, outgoing and warm. What was even rarer was that she never treated Minnie like a servant. She gave her full respect. She would have Minnie eat with her at the table, rather than sending her meal to the kitchen like other white families. And Minnie's patient companionship brought Celia a sense of home.